This is just an absolute treat. These players are so damn good.
The talent on these teams is undeniable. Everybody on every team right now is making plays.
It's going to be an exciting start to the season, and it'll just get better from here on out.
We're about to step to a whole new era of Overwatch esports. So much exciting action is happening here on CGL that you do not want to miss. Look who's starting it all off. It's Raven.
No one to necessarily figure out what is the right way to go just yet.
What a nice roll through him. He's just gonna solidify everything within those.
Does come back, and Arsario gets the mech, but I don't need a mech. I'll kill 4 anyway.
This is just a highlight reel for Arsario right now.
They're making a statement in the EU Masters here.
This patch is still incredibly fresh. There's so much to learn, so much to change about the way we play the game.
NKC, but the shatter is colossal.
Let's get it going.
Trades keep coming through. Lores, you're gonna be able to find these shots true.
Idu on the overclock with 2.
Here comes an Anvil immediately goes back like fine skills, slicing and dicing their way through 2, 3, so back and forth.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Console Gaming League. My name's Joker, and I'm here with two Try Hard Right. We've got a matchup with major mid-season implications here. We've got an NAGM matchup between Sapphire Eagles and Guardians HC. Winner goes to the mid-season tournament.
It's very, very exciting. It's great to be able to enter this week 4 with a match with you, Joker, that just has the stakes this high. They're hot on the grill. We're going to have to find out who's going to make it. And both of these teams are very familiar, whether you are a long-time CGL viewer or if you've just been paying attention to SNO this year, because you will recognize both of these teams that we have going for you. Sapphire Eagles, previously on SNO, I believe 2 weeks ago, which is very awesome. And then Guardians HC is just full of some console gaming alumni as we're taking a look at the Sapphire Eagles roster. Fez, Toxic Rivals, Illuminous, Bellasprout, and Phase Shark.
Yeah, again, this is the team, I believe it was the varsity team or the JV team.
The JV team.
Yeah, okay, JV team from University of North Texas. Coming out here trying to solidify their place in the mid-season tournament. And then we have on the other side against them, we've got Guardians HC, and we'll take a look at that roster here with Kizzo. Weird way to spell Kizzo. Kizzo, Boeing Sun, Hairball, Slaying Beast, and Expert, rounding everything off here for Guardians. Yeah, and this is just a team of console alumni moving over to maybe PC if they have done so. Slaying Beast and Boeing Sun are members of our staff team as well, so huge shout out to them. But this should be a really good matchup of Overwatch tonight.
A Hairball and Boeing Sun, I've known them for a long time, even back in their Plat and Diamond days, as they moved all the way up to the GM tier now. As we mentioned, Boeing Sun's new to our staff, but Slaying Beast has been a long-time member working in the conflict resolution. So shout outs to them for helping out this community and working with us. But no biases here, folks. We are going to just give you straight facts and analytics for Overwatch and see who's going to make the mid-season tournament.
Trust me, I am not biased in one person against one person at all. Yeah, we're still in the week 4 map pool here, and probably the worst map pool of the tournament because Paraiso is in here. But we're starting out an Antarctic Peninsula here, right? So we're gonna be maybe seeing some brawl, but probably going more towards what's meta right now.
I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not a big fan of either of these first two maps. Paradiso is very beautiful and I love it, but
It's the same
that's
with
all it's
Paris.
got going for it. Is it's beautiful.
It's the same with Paris, right? Right, Ray?
It's beautiful in a different way. Um, but that's all Paris has going for it. Is it's got the architecture of like France and Paris. So
Exactly.
as we see penguins, baby. That's the one cool thing about Antarctic is the penguins. I'll give them that. The penguins make this map. As we take a look at the compositions that we see, and it's no surprise, especially for this icebreaker map, looking at both semblances of brawls where we're going to see a Ramatra from the Guardians and from the Sapphire Eagles are going to go more of the Orisa, which the Orisa is the interesting one because she's been peeking her head out in the meta just a little bit more recently. So I'm getting curious how this will match up going against Hairball on the Ram.
Orisa can never not be meta for more than, what, 2 months, right? It always just comes back. It's like a bad X right now. Coming in to the fight already, though. They've got the Illuminus kind of all alone, all separated, those Guardians, and they're going to be able to take down Illuminus first and foremost in this fight. That's just going to win them the fight, right? You can't really do anything without that battle horse up front and center if you're Sapphire Eagles.
This composition struggles because Fez can't take the aggressive off angles they'd like to. Toxic Rivals on the Venture can't be as aggressive, so just completely crumbles apart. So they're going to have to do a better job, our Bella Sprout and Face Shark, of making sure the Battle Cattle is able to stay alive in these fights.
Yeah, now they go rotating back. Illuminus trying to get onto that point, forcing the objective, but they're taking so much damage here. They are going to be able to stay alive for the moment, and Toxic Rivals is in the back trying to take down Expert, but they're just met with the guns, taking them down as Expert and Toxic Rivals. Just, Sapphire Eagles, sorry, can't really do much about it. Getting ran on Illuminus, trying to stand their ground, but it's just not going to work out for him as Kizzo takes them down.
Kizzo is doing an extremely great job of getting very big Mei walls to isolate Illuminus away from their supports. So you force out all those cooldowns way earlier than you would like to as an Orisa. And that is where things are hitting the wall for the Sapphire Eagles. So they got to be ready or take a different direction or bait out this wall. They just can't keep allowing Illuminus to get separated from the team.
Yeah, this has been a May masterclass so far, and there's a nice Blizzard already, but Fez is going to take down Expert. A nice pick. There's the ult coming in from Illuminus, and it is going to find Boeing Sun out, and that is the opening that Sapphire Eagles drastically needed here, right? As it should really wrap it up and get the point into their favor. Did Rally? Oh, I thought I heard Rally to me, and I'm like, well, who used Rally in a one fight?
Yeah, but you'll take that if you're the Sapphire Eagles because you got out both that Blizzard and the Annihilation from the Guardians, and the only thing you really used there was your Terra Surge and your Orbital Ray, so you'll take a 2-for-2 trade to flip this point. So this is where you're going to have to be aggressive with this rally because you don't have your DPS ultimates online yet, so you're going to have to get aggressive if you're Bella Sprout.
Yeah, here comes the rallies out from both of these Brigitas. Slaying Beast kind of low that one. They're going to get stunned up and taken down. Illuminus, though, is going to get taken out as well, and the point has been flipped over to Guardians HC with the Deadeye coming through. So, pushing back Sapphire Eagles, rotating around now, though, trying to get on to the point, waiting it out, and Boeing Sun finding a pick. Now another one. Fez is down, rotating the point. Sapphire Eagles trying to turn the point back into their favor, but it's just not looking like it's in the cards for today, as the point is in overtime. Blizzard coming out from Toxic Rivals. It is going to freeze up Hairball, but that's just all they're going to find there, Ray. I mean, it's all finishing up with Kizzo dropping their own Blizzard.
I think that was a big May difference. Kizzo was absolutely insane with his May walls. Not only that, but that was basically a 2-to-1 Blizzard ultimate usage. So that's just key in a brawl composition where not only the walls are very big, but being able to use your freeze to slow down the Orisa and force out that fortify, because the fortify will counteract the freeze, but then you use the fortify early. Now you don't have that for the rest of the fight. So Guardians are just playing very well. Slaying Beast has been known of a very flex player in CGL. Last season, he was playing tank and sometimes support for the team and sometimes DPS. So this time he's got this nice main role on the support, doesn't have to flex around as much, and it seems to be really helping out Guardians.
Yeah, it really is. Right now, we'll see. Interestingly enough, Hairball bringing out the Winston on the labs. This is labs here, right? Yeah, I think so. Coming into this fight, we'll see how it works. I mean, it's an interesting decision if it works out for him. Hey, that's all good and dandy, but right now you can't really have that point presence you want with the Winston. They're gonna have to get that Suzu to stay alive, get some healing, but Boeing is gonna find a pick onto Fez. Trade is there, Expert is gone, and now Illuminous is looking to deal some damage. They are able to do so, and it looks like Sapphire Eagles are gonna start off strong with a nice first fight victory.
Yeah, this Winston is going to struggle for Hairball unless you can get picks early, like on Fez or maybe Phase Shark. But if not, it's going to be tough sledding. The Sarissa is way too beefy and chunky to be able to focus down as a Winston. I mean, yes, you do have a Reaper on your side, but and then the Mei, same thing, because you just have the ice block, you have everything. So they have to look to get Fez down quickly if they're going to continue to play this composition.
Now, rotation here. Hairball still on this Winston here, right? I'm not knowing if I'm liking it quite just yet, but hey, they have a chance to change my mind with a nice dive coming in. Expert starting it off, and, well, Bowling Sun finishing it off. Guardians HC going to be taking back the point, and, well, they're going to get the stagger on the Toxic Rivals as well.
That's how you have to play that composition. Get on the back line, get on Fez, get on Phase Shark, and get them down quickly. Not only that, they didn't commit a single ult, and they got Phase Shark to use that window. That fight could not have gone better for Guardians. Now they can look to aggressively use these ults, so Kizzo can just take this off angle and pulse bomb whenever they see fit.
Pulse Bomb did come out there, and Kizzo does find Bella Sprout. Terra Surge not going to find the picks that they were looking for. Now with the Primal Rage on the field, they're getting bashed and battered around, but Hairball very low as well. Going to have to back up, but, well, in the meanwhile, the rest of the DPS are going to be able to do their work for Guardians. Hold down this fort. Kizzo does lose their lives, though.
Yeah, because Kizzo loses their life, you're going to have to back up and concede a lot of space. Illuminous is going to swap over to the Devo, which I think is going to be a good plan. Have that defense matrix to deal with Boeing-san, and then your micro missiles put a lot of pressure onto Hairball on this Winston. I think that's a good adaptation from the Eagles.
Yeah, but now Toxic Rival's going to be able to use this Blizzard early on. Death Blossom comes in from Boeing. Damage is dealt, and the Sound Barrier was invested, but Hairball is down. Now goes Boeing. Point's going to be flipping back over to Sapphire Eagles on the back of a 3K from Fez.
And that was, again, that was both Death Blossom and Sound Barrier use. I mean, the Death Blossom almost gave Hairball the life because it forced everyone back and they couldn't shoot Hairball, who was frozen in the blizzard. But it just wasn't enough. So now you're in a position for the Eagles. Fez is going to have this high noon, but, I mean, it's not a whole lot. This Kitsune Rush is going to go crazy.
There goes Deadeye coming out from Fez, drops down 2! Oh my goodness, coming in clutch yet again for Sapphire Eagles, but Kizzo's still alive. They found a pick. There's still enough opportunity. If Kizzo can find more, they found another one. Slaying Beast able to find Phase Shark. Bella Sprout is getting dealt with. They're gonna have to go away, and Kizzo finds them as well. There's still a chance for Guardians with the respawns coming back. It's just Toxic Rivals left on the point. They're stalling out, but they're gonna get staggered out and taken down as Bowling Sun is over the top, taking them down. Kizzo finding another pick, and Illuminous quickly after them. This is a huge plays coming in off the back of Kizzo, able to stabilize for Guardians.
I'm questioning whether that stagger was even worth it, because you put yourself into one fight territory regardless, but you're only feeding more ult charge to Guardians who didn't really have much to begin with. So we're going to have to see how that works out. You're going to have the only ult on the board for Phase Shark, which is going to be that window, but they're going to have to move quickly. Final fight territory, and these ults are creeping up on Guardians. They got to try and win this fight fast.
As now, we're going to see Fez is so low. Luminous is going to rotate to the point, but they found Expert early on. Fez still getting battered, taken down. Bella's route goes quickly afterwards. There's players on the point, but it doesn't seem like it might be for much longer. Toxic Rivals does find Kizzo. Overtime is being procced. And right now, Guardians are at a disadvantage, and as well with the point being not theirs. Then no, Luminous is going to be able to find a pick with the self-destruct onto Hairball. Overtime sticking away. Respawns are coming back, and they need a pick if you're Guardians, but no, there goes the overtime bar. Sapphire Eagles are able to tie it up.
Slaying Beast was so close to getting that sound barrier online to be, and that could have been the key to keep that alive. But good on Bella Sprout for being able to get that up quicker and get it out to be able to provide the sustain for their team to be able to flip that and end up winning it. Is the Guardians, as we come into sub level, going to make full sale swaps? They're basically going to go back to the composition that they were playing on Icebreaker, which it did them very well. The question is, there's a lot of high ground to control on this map, so the Diva is a really good pick for this map. It's just the Diva versus the Ramattra. I'm going to be very curious because Toxic Rivals and Illuminous are going to have to be pretty much on point, but they're going to have to deal with a Brig who can protect a lot of these more squishy characters.
As now, we'll see how this, how the adaptation going back over to that Juno Briggs support line will work for Guardians right now. Hey, it's making them go ultra aggressive, really taking it to Sapphire Eagles right now, but there's no picks, however, to really tell the tale of this so far, and Bowling's going to be the one to get picked first and foremost. It's a nice play coming in from Illuminous with the Diva. Now more keep coming in for Sapphire Eagles, but Hairball trying as they will, throwing the Fists of Fury out against Sapphire Eagles, having a chance to hold on to this, especially with the pick onto Illuminous's mech, but it just looks like Hairball's the only one left on the point, stalling for time, and they're going to find the baby Diva. Now with the respawns coming back, right, there is still a chance, and you know what? They're going to be able to do it with the respawns coming back from them, as they're able to hold on thanks to Hairball's stall.
Yeah, Kizzo and Hairball together stalling for as long as they did allowed Slaying Beast and Extra to be able to get back. Just when you thought a Hairball was going to get killed there, Slaying Beast able to throw those packs. Then as Expert, you're able to just shoot from afar and keep them alive. Very clutch plays from coming in from the Guardians, as Sapphire Eagles have to look for a new angle to try and get them off of this high ground.
As now Sapphire Eagles look to open things up. Toxic Rivals has to forced out to use that recall early on. Rally's been invested by Slaying Beast, and Bella Sprout is gone. And a nice little pulse bomb there right onto the Ice Block May, taking Kizzo out. But it might just be a consolation prize in this fight here, right? They can't seem to find more. Boeing is going to be really low. Deadeye is going to come in, though, taking down Illuminous in the Baby Diva form of Slaying. And that's just going to hold everything in place for Guardians right now.
Again, Guardians, knowing that they've played together a lot, their chemistry is definitely showing. I mean, North Texas for the Sapphire Eagles, same thing with their collegiate, but it just seems the Guardians just seem to be moving together a little bit more cleanly, and with their Maywalls, they're just playing very effectively.
Definitely. Now the rush comes in and they're met with a full force, but hey, it's still Sapphire Eagles coming out on top of this. Is Illuminous switching over to the Ramattra, throwing some hands of their own there, right? Taking back the point at 78% for Guardians.
And ironically, Kizzo's wall didn't do as much justice as you would have hoped. Had a couple of key players separated, and Hairball wasn't able to take full advantage of the annihilation like they wanted to. So, but you get to re-engage, and you're gonna have this Blizzard online. But Bella Sprout should be able to provide that necessary sustain with this sound barrier.
As now the rotation on to the point. Kizzo drops the Blizzard on the point. Still very low in a live range. Icicle taking Fez's dome out. And now this should be enough to turn the tide back into the favor of Guardians, with Boeing coming alive with two there.
as they're gonna have this one final opportunity, Joker, to try and touch. Toxic Rivals will get this pulse bomb, and if the fight goes on long enough, you get the annihilation. But they got to move quickly, especially with Slaying Beast not quite to this rally yet.
Yes, now here comes an opportunity, and Illuminous is down already, Ray. This is the beginning of the end for this map. Rally comes down. Pulse Bomb is out from Toxic Rivals. It's not going to find anything, and oof. An unfortunate time for a pause here, as it looks like we probably have some connection issues coming in from one.
It was literally on like the last second of the match, that, as you mentioned, just very unfortunate timing, but it did seem like Guardians was about to take the victory, and I mean, it was an impressive match that we've seen out of them so far. They've looked really good on this Brawl composition with the Ramattra. The Winston composition, I feel like it was okay, but once Sapphire Eagles were able to make some adaptations going over to the Diva, being able to suppress a lot of Boeing Sun's damage with that defense matrix, then that's when it started to struggle, but they've looked perfect. Kizzo with these walls have just been superb.
All right. Yeah, it was kind of anticlimactic, right? That pause. I mean, we knew it was all going to happen unless, you know, Sapphire Eagles kind of just had the play of the century, right? But hey, hey, look at those red names. I didn't know that the red names were a thing.
Yeah, they just started this weekend, Joker. Yeah. Competitive Drive started this week.
Oh, okay. So I was just like, oh, that's cool. I saw Seth tweet about it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then we saw it today. That's cool.
Yeah, it started today, so you can get competitive drives in competitive mode. So any of you guys watching after this match, go ahead and load up your Overwatch, and you can start. It's only, you have to play comp to get these, so you can build up to those names as we saw. They look very nice.
You have to ruin it, right?
What, you don't want to play comp?
I don't want to play comp. That's boring.
Amazing caster who doesn't like playing comp.
You heard it here first. Yeah, so we have someone, obviously we heard that they had connection issues, obviously we saw them because they had that pause, so we're gonna see them reset their PC, but to get everything sorted out, but we know our next map, so Raymond, we could talk about that, or we can talk about the map. What did you like, so what do you want to talk about first?
You said what are the maps? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
We could talk about the next map or the map that just happened.
Oh, we could talk about the map that just happened since we all just saw it unfold. So I think for the side of Sapphire Eagles, if you want to be able to come back in this series, it's going to be about limiting Kizzo, because it felt like when everything was going bad for them, it was either a big Maywall from Kizzo or even on Tracer. I mean, they ended up winning the map, but Kizzo was farming the backline on Tracer. So that I feel like that's the #1 priority, trying to limit the success that they have. And again, their May has just been absolutely superb. I can't, talk more about how good those May walls were. I felt like every time they were getting ready to make a big push, big May wall came out and they just blow up the tank immediately. That's the power of the May, and you're going to have to stop that if you want to win the series and make the midseason tournament. We got to keep driving that home. Winner will make this midseason tournament.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there. The brawl from Guardians just looked fantastic. And it's a good sign for Sapphire Eagles since we're going into Paraiso, which brawl, yeah, good on this map, right? So this is definitely a chance for them to really tie up this series going into this, right? Because, I mean, we saw them play Illuminous on that Diva. The Diva looked really good. Got some timely kills for them. Won them a sub-variant of Antarctic Peninsula. And hopefully, if you are a Sapphire Eagles fan, that is the case. But again, I mean, we also saw Guardians. They pulled out a little bit of a dive of their own there with Hairball and the Winston.
The Diva is definitely going to be a very big pick for the Sapphire Eagles coming into a map like Paraíso. Winston too, but they did win the battle when it was the Winston versus the Diva. So I think coming into a map like Paraíso, you give the slight advantage to the Eagles. My question is, what adaptations do the Guardians make? Like, sure, maybe we do see that Winston composition, but I don't think Boeing Sung is going to be able to play that Reaper on a map like this. So where do you look to go? I know Boeing Sung can play like Ashe and stuff like that, so maybe you go that direction, but we're going to have to see an answer as we have a beautiful shot of Paraíso right there. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed there, Raymond.
And that about sums it up with this map. It's just beautiful.
It just looks cool. Yeah, it is, when I use my green screen, it is my summer background. But I don't really use my green screen because that takes a lot of work. It doesn't.
So much work to put up a green screen.
Yeah, it takes like 10 seconds. It's not that much work. I'm just lazy.
It's okay. In 2024, we stand laziness.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not. Realistically, I'm not that lazy because I go to the gym for an hour and a half a day. So,
I do that, but 5 days a week, not 7.
yeah.
But
like,
Boeing
yeah.
Sun, I guess I kind of called it, man.
Yeah.
I think the Ashe is going to be the perfect choice here. And the Echo as well. I like what they're doing. So Kizzo and Hairball can just throw down so much damage.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I really like that Ashe adaptation we're seeing from Boeing. I mean, they pulled out a nice Cassidy on Antarctic Peninsula, but this is definitely more of a long-range map, so we're gonna have to see that the adaptation come out. For right now, they can't really push in. They haven't been able to find some damage out of them. But a nice anti-nade there onto Illuminous is going to get the DMAC from Hairball. And now this is the perfect opportunity for Guardians to come into this and take the first point. But they haven't been able to really find any more picks, right? They get the DMAC and they can't find it. They can't follow up.
Yeah, but the Diva is still DMX, so they have an opportunity to move in here, and that's a big anti-nade as the Diva dives.
Yeah, and kids are finding Bella Sprout out. They are going to... Oh, no, they're not going to lose Hairball's mech there. That was a huge play. A nice healing coming in from Slaying Beast and Expert as the follow-up coming in from the rest of Guardians there to take the first point.
So that's the one thing you're going to have to be extremely careful of if you're the Eagles, is avoiding those anti-nades. Every time the Guardians made a big push there, it was off the nade of Expert. So you're going to have to watch out for that. As we see Illuminous making a swap over to the Winston for this second point here. It's a lot more open. There's going to be a lot more areas for you to be able to dive on top of Boeing Sun. So that's an Expert. So Slaying Beast has to be ready to protect them.
Yeah, now, okay, Toxic, able to stay alive there. Now Illuminous is gonna force Hairball's positioning away for the time being, at least. Guardians, however, have 5 ultimates to go in. Orbital Ray is gonna come in from Phase Shark, a nice sleep dart in the back. They're gonna stun up and gonna be able to take down Illuminous. They just kind of dogpiled that one out of there. Everything was invested to take down that monkey, and the rest is going to be dealt with by Kizzo and Boeing.
Yeah, but once the tank's down, a lot of this just comes down to cleanup from the rest of the team. So I think you're completely okay with that. And it only took you, it only cost you 3 of your ults, and the Sapphire Eagles were able to use Orbital Ray. So I mean, Eagles will have the ult advantage coming in the next fight, but at least you're not going to have to deal with that big ultimate, which is that Orbital Ray.
Yeah, now coming in, Bob is there, and Fez is going to take down their counterpart, Ashe. So this is a nice opening for Sapphire Eagles to get some defensive time, or get their defense back in control of this point, and it is seeming to be the way. As Kizzo is down again, Expert is hiding for their life from these shots from Fez as well. They might just have to back up for the moment.
This is one of the more impressive players on the side of Sapphire Eagles that I saw back on SNO. Very good hit scan player, and we're seeing clean shots. Kizzo making a swap off of the Echo over to the Hanzo. So we're in full long range mode here. And if you're the Eagles, you're just gonna have to be very careful. You can be gone in a blink of an eye when there's a Hanzo in play.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting. We're seeing a Hanzo come on. I don't think I've seen Hanzo in organized play in like forever, right? So maybe it'll work out. Hey, it's going to get them a lot of damage and take Illuminous out of the fight. And now Overclock coming in from Toxic Rivals, trying to turn the tide back into their favor, but it looks, well, maybe not. Maybe the wave isn't too big for Sapphire Eagles. They are going to be able to get the DMAC onto Hairball as well. There's still a chance. Bella Sprout down. They're still going to be able to push forward. Is Guardians HC. Respawns are coming back, though. Illuminous is trying to do some damage, trying to get that cleave in, but they're already out of the fight. Orbital Ray coming in as well now from FaZe Shark, trying to allow them to get back in control, but Hairball finds two with the self-destruct. That's really gonna help everything for Guardians, as they're gonna be able to capture second point.
Hairball's gotten a lot of value out of these Diva Bombs so far. And it's been really nice. And Kizzo, who just swapped over to the Hanzo, already has farmed up a dragon. So, I mean, you talked about how we haven't seen Hanzo a lot in this organized play. I mean, this is already looking pretty good for them. They've been finding kills, and the amount of damage they're able to throw, because when this Winston dives in, a lot of the time the expert is able to get a good sleep on them. You just follow that up with the nade plus the storm arrows, and it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, 100%. The Hanzo's always been good at dealing damage. It's just about doing it well enough to deal with the rest of the DPS characters. We're seeing it there yet again with Dragon Strike, finding Fez out. And gonna buy even more time for a kind of an uncontested push here from Guardians HC, as they're still waiting for those respawns. The Sapphire Eagles. Boeing having this Bob as well could really allow more pushing to happen, but now with Slaying Beast going down, you might have to see a backup, especially if Hairball is going to get taken out of this fight. No, they're still going to invest into this. They're using Bob, but it's to no avail, right? They were losing too many people here, Ray.
Yeah, that was a big mistake coming out from Boeing, son. We'll have to see how much that's going to bite them in the butt. They are going to have 3 ults coming in this next fight, but Sapphire Eagles have a whole Warlord's chest of ultimates. With 2 minutes left on the clock, the Sapphire Eagles got to look to be proactive with these ults, but you also can't look to use too many, because you're going to have to at least win 2 to 3 more fights to stop this from being delivered.
Yeah, as now, I mean, they're going to have to deal with 5 ults coming in from Sapphire Eagles here, right? So this is not looking too good for you, but hey, you'll like how far you've gotten, even if you don't get through it all, as there's the bomb coming out. Rallies on it too as well, and it looks like Guardians are going to be able to come out on top. Bob was invested. Everything's been invested by Sapphire Eagles, but they can't break through the offense of Guardians HC right now, Ray. This is looking all powered. Toxic Rivals trying to turn it back into their favor with a nice overclock, but can they find the picks that they need? Kizzo going down is huge, and it is going to turn right back into Sapphire Eagles. Not on the back of all 5 ultimates that they had. Just nice, dry fight.
Huge team fight win for the Eagles, because both teams expelled everything they had. So you're in a position now where both teams aren't going to have anything. So it's all just going to come down to execution of these competition. Kizzo has now moved over to the Genji, likely trying to get on top of some of these more squishy characters like Fez, Toxic Rivals, possibly FaZe Shark.
There comes another opportunity. Kizzo's gone over to the Genji now. See if that can really help them open up, trying to build up to a blade perhaps in that 10 seconds they have left. I don't know if that's really going to be possible, especially with Hairball getting demeched there. This might just as well be over. Orbital Ray going to be gone on to the point there. A lot of people are low from Guardians. They need a miracle to happen, but it's just not in the cards for them today, Ray. As well, maybe There's 2 picks coming in. Maybe I spoke too soon. Hairball's back in mech as well. That could be a big play, especially if they can get this self-destruct up. Self-destruct coming in from Illuminous. They've got to rotate around. Self-destruct coming in. The Goomba Stomp coming down, and that's going to be it. Finally, Sapphire Eagles are able to put a stop to the push of Guardians.
On a map like Paraiso, to be able to get the stop before the cart gets delivered is a huge deal. Both teams do have their win condition now, but I think the Sapphire Eagles got to be feeling pretty good. The one thing about a map like Paraiso is it can be extremely hard to cap each of these points, so they can't afford to relax just because they got the stop before the cart got delivered. First point, I've seen plenty of matches where first point holds happen, and second point can even be tougher depending on the composition, what you're running into. So yes, you know, you're feeling great. You're like, yes, we got that stop. You know, they had some good momentum. You stifle that, but you got to make sure you carry that momentum and this great energy and vibes you're having into this attack and make sure you bring it home and tie up the series.
All right. Well, while you were talking, Ray, I looked up what Coxina was. And you want to know what it is?
I mean, yeah, you preface it, so well, let's hear it.
All right, it's a Brazilian chicken croquette.
Ooh.
I know it looks just like a fried ball of chicken, but it looks really good.
Yeah, sounds delicious. Wish I could have that, but your boy's been going to the gym and stuff. Can't have any fried food right now.
Yeah, that's fair. But now we're on to the attacking phase of Sapphire Eagles here, Ray, and not much has changed from Guardians, it seems, right? Sapphire Eagles going back over towards what was kind of working for them on their defense, right?
Yeah, I mean, Toxic Rival's going to go down to Kizzo, but the trade's there.
Yeah, trade's there. Bowling Sun down for the count, but I mean, they got a Face Shark going to be out there. Kizzo's just doing Kizzo things right now for Guardians, continuing to put their name on this match in spades, right? As they're going to have to back out. But Fez with another nice opening pick, right? This should be enough to really stake their claim on this first point, especially if they can find this pick onto Boeing Sun, and they are going to be able to get that confirmation kill. Hairball is going to get the DMEC, though. It could open up an opportunity for a recontest here by Guardians if they do so choose, but they might. It doesn't look like they're going to here. Oh, no, I spoke too soon. They got the respawns back, and Toxic Rivals is going to get taken down by Boeing. This is a nice re-engage coming in from Guardians. They find one, now 2 picks to get back into the thick of it. They do lose Kizzo, but they're going to take those trades all day, every day.
It was just very well played. As you mentioned, getting that DMAC was the big moment from Hairball, especially since they had Diva Bomb as well. So even if you go touch and you lose your mech, you have an opportunity to reset and buy your team time to come back and touch. And now they only had to give up 2 ticks. You have an opportunity to bleed more time, and worst case, bleed ultimates out of the Sapphire Eagles.
As we see Illuminous back in the back line there, did get slept up, is still trying to harass his back line, but they are not really making a good dent. They are getting them out of position, which is always huge, and now Hairball is gone from the fight, but so is Fez, and almost going down was Toxic Rivals, but thankfully the rally, Bella Sprout keeps them alive, and this should be finally enough to open it up. Slaying Beast is going to invest rally. They said, no, we're not giving it up quite just yet, but in the end they do. Sapphire Eagles are able to capture point 1.
Yeah, they nano rallied, so the raid boss was in true effect. You know, shout out to Goats back in the day. But it wasn't enough to be able to cap that. I mean, it was a 1v like 3 or 4 at that point. And now if you're the Sapphire Eagles, you're gonna have this orbital ray, but Boeing Sun very soon is going to have this Bob, and the Bob is just going to be a good delay tactic. And once you have everyone looking at the Bob, Kizzo can have a nice angle to go for this pulse bomb.
Yeah, they now they gonna go into this next fight. Oh, wait. I'm almost getting face shark there. Oh, my goodness. Just flying away, but they're still so low in the backline. Finally gonna get the healed up. Staying alive for the moment. So they still have this push to look forward to, but maybe not any longer with Toxic Rivals going down. Especially with that barrage. That is a huge pick, and the stick comes in. Kizzo finds two, and that is that. There's the defensive hold that Guardians were looking for, and the DMAC. And the DMAC is huge as well.
Famous words from Joker, Kizzo doing Kizzo things. And as you mentioned, getting that DMAC is even huger because I was going to say you could stall, but I forget there's an edge over there Luminous can go drop off of, which is going to be the smart decision. But you just waste more and more time. Sapphire Eagles didn't use any ult, so you're in this, they've just been banking them. So you have Orbital Ray again, and you have Rocket Barrage. But again, Boeing Sun never used that Bob, so you're going to have to be very weary of that as well.
As now we come into the here. Toxic Rivals looking for an opportunity to barrage, but they're getting hounded out by Hairball for the moment. They are going to get taken down in the midst of their self-destruct. Nano onto Toxic Rivals. They're slept up and taken down. What a play coming in from Expert and Kizzo there. They still have an opportunity. There's still 3 people left for Sapphire Eagles, though. They could find a pick from Illuminous, that would be huge. Or, hey, Fez as well could be that opening pick, and they do seem to do that a lot for Sapphire Eagles here as the rotation is out. And now Slaying Beast is in the sight lines of Fez. Bob comes out, Fez is down, but so is Hairball. The barrage solely used to take down that Diva. They got to stop the payload very close to the end. Rallies being invested by Bella Sprout and Slaying Beast, and Expert is down for the count. Did Bella Sprout only use Rally to deal with Kizzo in the backline? But I mean, hey, that's what you kind of have to do with Kizzo playing out of their mind as Fez is gone. There is still a chance to hold on to this. Pulse Bomb came out, and Bella Sprout is down. Luminous has the self-destruct available. They've got to pop it soon, or maybe just save it for another day or another fight for right now, as they've lost everyone on point.
Yeah, that fight did not go well for the side of Sapphire Eagles. That was a lot of ults committed, and Illuminous is just going to get more and more staggered. One final opportunity, they will have a Diva Bomb, but that is it. Dueling Diva Bombs and Expert and Face Shark should both get these Orbital Rays. Sapphire Eagles can look to get a little bit more aggressive because they will get Orbital Ray first. So that is their one window of opportunity, is getting aggressive and wiping Guardians before they get these ults online.
Yeah, now with Kizzo is not gonna get caught out for the moment. Gonna get that health pack. Bowling Sun is gonna get caught there. There's the orbital rays coming down from on high from both of the Junos. Trades are coming out. Right now, though, it looks like the point might be taken here by Sapphire Eagles. Self-destruct coming in from Illuminous, and there it goes. A new lease on life. 1 minute and 30 seconds to get it. 77.46 meters.
That's how it had to go. Orbital Ray got used aggressively. You get Illuminous was able to get on top of Slaying Beast. Down goes the Brig, and then there's no protection for everybody else. Sapphire Eagles, they're going to have this barrage, but as we go into this third point for the inside, there's just not as much room and value to really take full advantage of this barrage, especially when you're going to be facing a Bob and a Pulse Bomb.
As barrage almost online, a couple of rockets, and there it comes. Are they going to be able to use it? There they go. Barrage comes out, fights two. Now, Expert is going to try to get something done. Pulsar Torpedoes finds Toxic Rivals. Is it going to be enough to turn the tide back into their favor? Probably not, especially with Kizzo falling down and Expert running for their life right now. And now they have to die and die quickly so they can re-engage here.
As Boeington's going to go over to the Genji to be able to touch faster. Oh, 2 meters left.
Yeah, now looking good here. It looks like we're going to be all tied up here, Ray, with Sapphire Eagles taking map number 2.
They come storming back, tie up the series. This is exactly what we expect in a deciding match for the midseason playoffs. And what I mean, really, this series could just come down to what maps we go to and the compositions that we're going to play on those maps. We did see the map pool earlier. It will be going to Throne of Anubis next, and then we have Esperanza, and then we have Route 66. So I think Throne of Anubis will favor that brawl style composition. So I think coming into map 3, you give the slight edge to Guardians, but we're gonna have to see.
We will have to see indeed. But first, Ray, we're going to go to a short little break. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss more of this amazing series right after this.
Memories. Memories.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love.
right, everyone, welcome back. We are ready to head into map number 3, and if you're just joining us here, we're all tied up, obviously, right? You can see it on the scoreboard. It's 1-1 all around, and this next map could really be the deciding map, right? Whoever gets this, get the momentum in their favor here, right? Could in fact really put whichever team on top.
It really could. As we mentioned, map pool for this map will be the Throne of Anubis. So again, as I mentioned, kind of preluded before the break, I think this is going to favor the style of Guardians just a little bit more. It's going to be a lot more brawly. I expect us to go back to Ramatra type compositions, and that's where the Guardians have really flourished.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm interested to see how this goes. If Sapphire Eagles have learned from their mistakes on Antarctic Peninsula, because I mean, again, they've got to be able to shut down Kizzo. Fez was kind of just being able to outshine Kizzo on Paraiso in the end to be able to really power Sapphire Eagles to that victory. But I mean, Kizzo was still just a driving force for Guardians, right? They need to be able to shut them down. They've been doing just so much work.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing for both teams. I feel like Sapphire has to shut down Kizzo, but Guardians have to shut down Fez. It feels like every time Guardians were making a good push and we're getting ready to make something happen, Fez came in with some huge picks on that Ashe. So I feel like that's something you got to look out for if you're the Guard. So we know both teams have key contributors of the other team that you're going to have to limit. And I think for the side of Sapphire Eagles, it's also going to be paramount to get on top of the support. Slaying Beast and Expert have been playing very well so far. Expert with those amazing sleeps and anti-nades, and Slaying Beast is just being a defensive wall on that brig.
Yeah, definitely. But they have kind of been left to their own devices. I mean, they've been able to survive most of the time. But I feel like that backline has just been fending for themselves. They need a little bit more peel from the rest of their team if they want to keep them in a position to be able to heal the rest of their squad. We saw it on Paraiso. Just only the tank player for Sapphire Eagles was able to force them out away from the rest of their squad. No real sense of peel came in, and thankfully Kizzo was able to do some magic to able to win them the fight. But if they had lost those support players, right, that could have been a very much quicker map for Sapphire Eagles.
It could have been for sure. So we're gonna have to see how with this break, how the adjustments from both teams have come in now that they've had a little bit more time. Sorry that it's taken a while to get to this next map, guys. We're actually going to be increasing our production value for you guys. We're getting a second observer in there, so you'll be able to get more than one angle, which is going to be nice. But with that, it takes a little bit of time. So the teams have a little bit more time to strategize and figure out exactly how they want to play Throne of Anubis. And that's the other thing. With this new mode coming in, these teams haven't had as much practice time on it. So I feel like it also could be up in the air what happens here.
I just don't like this game mode, Ray. Just don't like it.
It's okay. Me and Soev are the only apologists for this new game mode.
All right, why are you an apologist for this?
Because it's actually not that bad. I feel like over time they're going to continue to make tweaks with it, and it only needs like a few tweaks every now and then to be able to be a really good mode. I mean, we were talking with Bullskunk, one of the other casters and desk members, where literally we just feel like the only tweak they should make is get rid of the point system, and it's just tug of war. Whoever has the point further on the other side of the other team at the end of the time wins.
But I feel like that would just make the entire thing quicker if it's just a one-sided match. Right?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you cap the whole thing, then you win too. But it's like,
Yeah.
if that doesn't happen, whoever has the most slack, like if you're pulling a rope, whoever has the most slack wins.
That's fair. We'll see. But right now, okay, good. Thank goodness Hairball got off that Roadhog. I was gonna lose my mind for a moment. But yeah, we're seeing. Oh my goodness, that's loud. But hey, we fixed it, and we're going again. Bowling Sun already starting it off with a pick onto Toxic Rivals, opting to go with the far route. I don't know about that, but it looks like Guardians are going to start the control of this map here.
Yeah, that inside map is tough sledding for the fair. They are going to touch, which I'm a little surprised because the DMAC's still going to come in.
Yeah, DMAC comes through. Toxic Rivals is very low. Kizzo's going to find a pick. Fez is going to do Fez things, but it's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things as the first point is unlocked. And Guardians are one step closer to taking this map.
Luminous making a swap over to the Wrecking Ball, which it'll work better with the Pharah, but I'm just not sure about the Pharah pick on this map. I mean, this next point is going to have a little bit more open airway to work with, but this map just feels like it's more of a brawl style map, and I mean, that's a great rollout, and they get Kizzo and Hairball.
Is that a ledge? What?
Yeah, that's a ledge.
Oh my goodness, what a nice little play there then coming in from Illuminous. They are going to pay for it with their life, but you'll take that trade all day, every day, because you're going to get back just as quick.
Couldn't agree with you more, and that's the thing. I don't think they realized that they had swapped to Wrecking Ball, so going that direction is all fine and dandy, but you can get booped off there, and they just realized it too late, as that Anthony's going to force out that the Nemesis form.
Fez procking the Deadeye there. Not going to find anyone. Bowling in response. Going to do it of their own. Minefield already engaged. Slaying Beast is down. There is an orbital ray on high. Is it going to be enough, though? There's trades coming in. Expert and Kizzo getting picked after pick. Expert is going to finally go down, but it looks like Guardians have done enough to stabilize on the point. Maybe not, though. The Luminous is still alive. Gonna get hacked up, though, and gonna have to go away for the time being.
Yeah, having Kizzo go over to the Sombra, especially when you're playing Wrecking Ball, is going to be a very smart decision. And they're doing a great job with that Revenant's Vortex of cutting off the routes of escape. Very smart plays.
And they are not letting Illuminous have any more fun here, right? This is a no-fun zone coming in from... Oh, what? Nade coming in. Oh my goodness, that just changed the entire makeup of that fight, right? They found two picks quickly, and now the barrage is gonna come in. They are gonna be able to find Hairball. They are gonna get traded out, though. In the end, though, Sapphire Eagles are going to be able to take this point, and it looks like Guardians are just gonna give it to them.
Yeah, with the point, I mean, there's not much of an opportunity for them to re-engage, especially with the amount of spawners they had. I feel like they're going to look to want to just play a lot more safe. EMP will be online for Kizzo, and I think that's just going to be the smart play. 2-2 as we head back to the center point, and Annihilation is going to be online for Hairball as well. So great tools for Guardians, but they've lost Kizzo.
Toxic Rivals coming in clutch with a pick onto Kizzo. Now the Annihilation, though, gonna be invested. Deadeye coming in, and Hairball is gonna get taken down immediately. This could be, the chance Sapphire Eagles was looking for to get back out of this push-pull here that we were seeing. They're gonna be able to take this point.
Yeah, losing Kizzo early was no bueno, because then it takes that EMP off the board, and Hairball not able to get the amount of value they wanted to out of that EMP. You did get Bellsprout to use the rally, so that's a tool you're not going to have to deal with for the next fight, so that's great.
EMP coming in, it's a big one, and it's gonna really turn the tide back into the favor of Guardians. They're gonna be able to wrap that fight up immediately. Might not even needed that rally from Slaying, but nonetheless, it was invested, and the fight is won by Guardians.
And you're still going to take that 2 ults to be able to flip a point. I mean, we're going to see Illuminous trying to make a touch, which is a very interesting decision there. The hat comes in, and you're going to use mines too? Wow.
And Nano Boost coming in as well. You do not want to give up this point here, Ray. Fez is down for the count, and well, Bellasprout is going to find a pick, and another one comes in with the remaining mines on the point. They still have a chance here, especially with a nice anti-nade coming in from FaZe Shark, but all that invested, they still could not stop Guardians taking that capture point.
Yeah, all that invested in Guardians, they still kept their orbital raise, so they're going to be in a stronghold position coming in this second point. Once again, tied up 3-3, heading back to the center point. Toxic Rivals is going to have to find a massive barrage to try and put this point back in their favor.
Yeah, it's all on the back of Toxic Rivals here, right? They've got to find a pick with this, with these barrage, but they've already lost Fez now. And the point is already halfway to red. Now with Boeing finding that pick, this is all but over. It's on to a point, or capture point, point here, Ray.
Yep, one last opportunity for the Sapphire Eagles to keep themselves in here. But this has just been a big swinging pendulum this entire series. So Luminous is going to swap over to the Orisa, which we did see pretty okay success with it on Antarctic Peninsula. But I don't like the Thera with it, though. But, I mean, you have Barrage. You got to roll with it.
You had to switch off of the Wrecking Ball, right? I mean,
yeah.
They were just, Guardians was just doing too much to stop you. Deadeye came out, there's Barrage, Kizzo's down, and they still have an opportunity, but Expert falling, not what you wanted to see. Deadeye from Boeing, not gonna find anything. Nano's coming in. It looks like we're gonna have a winner takes all capture point here, Ray, with Sapphire Eagles cleaning house.
A lot of ults expelled for both teams as we'll be entering the final point. Sapphire Eagles have nothing to work with, and the Guardians have that massive EMP. That is what it's going to come down to. Can the Guardians take advantage of that huge ultimate coming online?
There's always a chance that the orbital ray gets on as well, and they're spy checking as, oh no! Pick on the Expert is huge, but oh my goodness, the EMP. Kizzo once again saves the day for Guardians. Is that, well, I'm at a loss for words, right? The Kizzo just kind of just won them that fight.
Bellasprout going over to the Lucio. The question is, will that speed boost give them the ability to touch? The Tracer comes in, gets, oh, they don't, great! Whiplash coming in from Slaying Beast to deny the touch.
What a play.
Guardians take map number 3 in dramatic fashion.
What a play. Slaying Beast solidifying the series, but we can't keep saying Kizzo's name, right? Because he's just, we're just... we've said so much about them, but I mean, there's not enough adjectives to describe how well they've been able to change this fight and change these fights for Guardians, with whether it be an ultimate or a pop-off performance.
It's just been absolutely insane. Both teams are playing very well. So, I mean, a lot of these maps have come down to the wire. I don't know if we can bring up the map pool just to remind you guys where we're going for map number 4. I mean, I know, but I just don't know if you guys remember. Map number 4 is going to be Esperanza, as we see on the screen. I think this map, just thinking about it, I think the Diva comp that we've seen from Sapphire Eagles is going to be better, but it also isn't a bad Ramatra map either. So I think the Guardians can still play that if that's what they're going to look to do. This one's going to be more of a toss-up to me.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this is going to turn out. Again, I think it is going to be the battle of the superstars here. It's going to be Kizzo and Fez, who can really will their team just a little bit more on this map. And And if it's Guardians, they take the series here. Do Sapphire Eagles have it in their bones to tie up the series here, Ray, as we're looking at the lobster?
Lobster is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Actually had lobster for the first time like 3 years ago, and it was very good. It was prepared like in the style like Louisiana style. It was very
But,
good.
like, why is the lobster just chilling there? Why is he
Because they
chilling there?
gotta, it's probably been boiled, so they gotta like chop it up and, you know, get the flesh out of it.
He's just chilling there. The lobster chilling.
Ooh, watermelon, my favorite fruit.
Watermelon. You know what I love? A watermelon energy drink. Oh.
Ugh, I've actually been getting into this new electrolyte powder called LMNT, and it is very good. They got a watermelon flavor. It's very
I
good.
need to stop drinking energy drinks, guys. It's bad. They are gonna get some energy here. Going into map number 4 with an opportunity to take this series. Do Guardians HC to Sapphire Eagles have it in themselves to tie it up yet again, or is it all but over here? The roll through coming in from Illuminous not gonna get hacked up quite just yet. Able to keep rolling through, keeping that damage steady to not allow Kizzo to get that hack, and the hack comes through onto Illuminous now. But they are going to get cleansed away. Both these two teams seem to have known that Sombra was going to be in the cards for them, as both teams rocking the Kiriko right now. But right now, it looks like Sapphire Eagles have the upper hand in this chaos composition as wow. FaZe Shark able to get all of those final blows.
With this Sombra that we're seeing, especially when we're playing counter Sombras, the Wrecking Ball is going to thrive a little bit better as long as the enemy team can avoid, as long as the ball can avoid. We saw at one point where Toxic Rivals is looking to hack Boeing Sun, which I think is really smart because, you know, Reaper has so many utilities to get away, and there's the mines.
Minefield's already aboard, even before Fez's Pulse Bomb. Crazy work. Fez is going to be able to get that follow-up on to Expert there. And I mean, right now, obviously it's only been 2 minutes, Ray, but I'm not going to count out Sapphire Eagles from tying up this series.
No, it's too early to be able to say one way or the other. The Wrecking Ball is looking very impressive so far, as we see Kizzo going off the Sombra, going over to the Torb, which they're hoping to help deal with some of these flankers like Toxic Rivals and Fez, which I think not a bad decision. You also are going to have to give up the cap, which is not ideal, but hopefully they can look to re-engage and start getting some distance of their own.
Yeah, we'll see how this is going to work for them. Hairball off that Winston as well. Back to the Ramatra, but Kizzo taken down already here. There's the Kitsune Rush coming out. It's going to be a lot of damage coming out. And, well, it's going to be Hairball coming out on top now with the Sound Barrier coming in from Bella's route, but it's just not going to be enough for Guardians. There's too much to sustain through as they are able to, or as Sapphire Eagles are able to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, this map is so much more open and so many more lanes for Illuminous on this Wrecking Ball to be able to work with. It's lending this composition so much better, and they're going to have all their DPS and their tank ultimates to be able to work with, and it's just continuing to snowball. Guardians haven't been able to build up a single ultimate. They will have Boeing Sun's Death Blossom, but there's not a lot of, like, there's so much mobility for the Eagles.
Down already. There's the minefields on the point. Another nice play as Toxic Rivals is setting up for an EMP. They might not even need it yet. There it comes. EMP is going to connect to 4, and there goes the 4 down quickly afterwards, as this is turning into a one-sided bloodbath.
Yeah, and they're just systematically being very smart. They do not have any ultimates coming online, but there's a lot of swaps coming in. Kizzo's on the Tracer now, Boeing's on the Sombra, as they're trying to match this DPS line and hopefully make some sort of a comeback, which the hack will get more value on the ball than it would like the Ramatra.
Good pick. Good pick, good pick, good pick. Already paying dividends for Guardians at the moment with another pick coming through. Again, I mean, there's still 6 minutes to go, right? There is always the chance for a change, a drastic change in momentum, especially if they continue to win fights decisively like that.
And thinking of Luminous down, it's going to be a huge time waster. But it looks like they're not going to be able to. So now you're in a situation where the entire team for Sapphire Eagles is back because of these close spawns. So you got to look to, you know, get back together as a team and re-engage with this fight.
Yeah, because they're looking to stay alive, but it's Toxic Rivals finding Boeing Sun early on. Pulse Bomb is out. There's the Annihilation. The supports are gone now, Ray. So this is looking better and better for Guardians to win that necessary secondary fight. And that is going to be able to do so off the back of Hairball's Ramatra.
Yeah, and the good thing for Guardians is for these incoming ults from Sapphire Eagles, because they're going to have the mines plus the 2 support ults. You have 2 support ults of your own, and Boeing Sung should be able to build up to this EMP. So you got good counteractives to what Eagles will come at you with.
There's the Kitsune Rush, but the Orbital Ray quickly in response. There's the mines as well on the point. Sound Barrier, Rally, everything being invested. It's all up to Boeing Sun to get this EMP online, but it's just not going to be enough. Not quick enough at all. 2 picks, the support's gone. Now Hairball as well, and Boeing is just going to get out.
That's just going to be the smart decision. You can look, I mean, they're not going to be able to gain any distance because by the time they get all the way up there, you're going to be in a full re-engage. The sooner you can re-engage, the better, because you can more likely get this full cap. So being able to engage with this EMP quickly is going to be key. Hairball's on the Roadhog though, so let's see how this goes.
Yeah, now go into this. Boeing Sun having this EMP, and this could be enough. No, wow. Already, that is unfortunate. Boeing's not going to get an opportunity to use the EMP in this fight here, and they're going to die with it. Hairball's gone over to the Wrecking Ball as well here. Or not Wrecking Ball, Roadhog as well.
Yeah, they're all waiting too long to set up. You needed to get aggressive with that EMP and just wipe them off immediately. So now you're gonna have to win 2 more fights in a row to even get any kind of distance. This is where it's starting to look very bleak for the side of Guardians, but that's a great opening pick on the Fez.
Yeah, EMP is going to be finally invested there. Both supports are going to get hacked up, but EMP now coming in is just so much better from Toxic Rivals, getting 4 here, but Boeing was the one to get the pick, so there's still EMPs aren't going to really matter at all for either of these 2 teams there, Ray, because I mean, Sapphire Eagles logistically had the better EMP in that.
Yeah, they did, but the team being able to coalesce and come together on that EMP was stronger for the Guardians because they got to pick off it. The mines will be coming in from Illuminous, but a lot of ults are about to come online for the Guardians, but they lost Kizzo.
Yeah, losing Kizzo is not what you wanted to see, and you might just lose your supports as well here. Hairball trying to get some work done with this hook, but they're just not able to do it. Boeing is able to find Toxic Rivals, but again, I don't think that is going to be enough to really swing the pendulum into their favor here. Rally was invested though, so they're just, but no, Boeing's down. This is just a lot of investing, but hey, maybe when you're gonna find your supports and experts just gonna say, I'll do it myself here. And they're going to be, as Guardians are able to get the bot back in their favor.
Slaying Beast really trying to carry things out. Rally was absolutely crucial to keeping the team alive and allowing the respawners to get back. And they're in a position now where they have numbers. They should be able to get a clean fight.
Now, Deadeye was invested, but Kizzo getting hacked out of it still takes down Toxic Rivals. There's still a definite chance for Guardians to keep pushing forward. They still have this orbital array available. Boeing Sun in the back, packing up Base Shark, and they're taken down. Another fight win that Guardians desperately needed coming through.
And never say never. Hairball used the whole hog there, and Expert's still been able to hold on to this orbital array, which is huge because they should be able to string together into the team fight win. Bellsprout will be able to counter with a sound barrier, but Boeing-san once again slowly close to his EMP. They're gonna have to build it fast and look to use it in this fight.
Oh wow, what a play coming in there, just stunned up forever there with all of that going in, and now Guardians have another ultimate on the board with the EMP. Kizzo very close to the Deadeye here.
It is looking that much better for Guardians. It is definitely winnable at this point when it was looking bleak just 2 minutes ago. Oh, EMP!
EMP's huge as well. Finding 4. Illuminous is just gonna come into the fight though with the minefields on the point. There's still a lot going on. Kizzo is down. The hack takes him out of Deadeye. And this looks like, yeah, Sapphire Eagles have the opportunity to keep it going. It's all but over here now. The overtime bar just needs to tick away. And we'll be back all tied up here, Ray. But they're still going to try to stagger it out, but there's no one left. Sapphire Eagles are up to the task, tying the series 2-2.
Illuminous going absolutely crazy on that wrecking ball. And I mean, the Guardians, it was so close, but I do think that swap over to the Ana for the Sapphire Eagles came through pretty big, because at one point there was a chance for Slaying Beast to continue to thrive and stay alive with that rally, but they got a big anti-nade, so that pretty much canceled out everything. So that was great tactical decisions on that map, going the Wrecking Ball and then going the Tracer Sombra on a map that's a little bit more wide open like we see on Esperanza. And now we're going to be heading into map number 5, and I mean, I know we're going to be taking a break and I don't want to foreshadow too much, but the next map is going to be very interesting. I do think Wrecking Ball can be played very well, but Brawl could as well.
Yeah, we're going to head to a short little break here. Not going to want to miss this conclusion of this mid-season tournament defining series here. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Feel my heart, it's beating. Oh, my body's breathing. It's just you and me. Feel my heart, it's beating. Oh, my body's breathing. It's just you and me. I'm so caught in this, we're so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call.
Well, this map is for all the marbles here, Ray. 2-2 headed into map number 5. Neither of these two teams can give an inch right now, and we're ready to head into our last map of the evening. We're headed to the southwest of the United States. We're headed to Route 66.
Very excited. It's a very diverse map. I do think, Diva is going to be the one we think of the most on this map, but I think, I think Wrecking Ball could be a chance because we've seen a lot of success out of it for the Sapphire Eagles. So do they look to, stick with what's been working? Do they go back to the Diva? They have had success with it because Paraiso, they won the one sim map where they played Diva on Antarctic Peninsula. A lot of questions to be answered. Can the Guardians come back? They were getting steamrolled, made a nice comeback, but it wasn't enough. A lot of loose ends to tie up as we figure out which one of these teams is going to make the midseason madness.
Yep, it's all comes down to this final map here, Ray. Who's gonna go to the mid-season map? All rests on Route 66, and we'll see. Who's gonna come out on top? It's just been this push-pull. It's been that pendulum swinging throughout this entire series. No one has been able to get an upper hand quite just yet, and it's gonna have to be here and now, because if you don't, you're going home. You're not gonna play for a week.
As we load into our final testing ground for these teams, will the Sapphire Eagles be able to stun the Guardians, who've been a CGL main stake, and be able to punch their ticket to the midseason madness, or will the Guardians show what's what with their just their amount of years in CGL and show the newcomers who's boss?
This Wrecking Ball is going to be sticking in for Sapphire Eagles here, right? As Boeing Sun currently locking a venture. Is a pizza emote? What the heck? That's cool. Boeing Sun on the venture right now, though, here, Ray. You like it? You like it? Or is it going to be enough to disrupt the Sapphire Eagles comp that gave Guardians such headaches on Esperanza?
I think it's possible. It's really just going to depend. But the Tracer Sombra, I like this Wrecking Ball comp had, great success, and I think with the Sombra to boot, it's going to work well. The question is, will these May walls come into effect? With the mobility that Wrecking Ball has, there's no one to really isolate with these May walls. Maybe the supports.
We'll see. Venture was just a bait from Boeing, obviously going over to the May, switching up the role between Kizzo and Boeing. Previously, Kizzo playing that May when they had played this composition earlier. They're going to be able to take Illuminous down early on. Fez goes quickly after as well. This is a nice opening for Guardians. This is a great to see if you are a Guardians HC fan.
Yeah, that was very great to start out. I do think with this Wrecking Ball, it's a lot harder defensively. It's more of an attacking style composition. Toxic Rivals are going to go over to the Genji. They will get the touch in time.
Yeah, the touch coming in here and now. But Illuminous is just going to get taken down yet again, and Boeing finds Fez with an icicle to the dome. Toxic Rivals made the swap over to the Genji, is going to find a pick with it, but is it going to be enough? No, doesn't seem to be the case. The point is an orbital. Oh no, are they just going to, they've got to be making a swap, right? There's no way they just invested orbital array just willy-nilly like that, right?
One has to imagine. Yeah, we see the swap going over to the Ana, and we did see some, you know, somewhat success at the end of Esperanza. There wasn't long term to know the viability of it, but it was a nice like surprise for the Guardians. The question is, how are they going to react to it? They do have a Mei who's not going to really be affected by it as much, so should be interesting.
Yeah, now here comes the rotation in. Boeing's very low at the moment. He's gonna get healed up. Deadeye coming in from Kizzo is gonna be taken out with some shurikens from long range there. Nice little play coming in from Toxic Rivals, shutting down that ult, and a nice Ravenous Vortex yet again, shutting down Illuminous's roll-throughs, but they're still alive, still up and healthy. Fez now running for their ever-loving lives, and the Annihilation is all but invested to take them out of the fight. Rally now coming in, and maybe you'll like that Annihilation a little bit later here now, because you don't really have much to deal with it. You've got to wait for Boeing to get back with this Blizzard, as it's now stalled out and Kizzo's going down. You're gonna have to disengage now.
You're still gonna have plenty of time for the side of the Guardians, so you can look to re-engage. You have a Blizzard you can throw on here, and everything's less mobile now. Just the Genji and the Ball can have mobility. Everything else should be susceptible to the Blizzard.
And Hairball's all alone. He's gonna get taken down there. A nice sleep dart coming in from Phase Shark. And we might lose another one here. Kizzo's very low, and yeah, oh, goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's the thing. Not the smartest decision when a Wrecking Ball's in play to go and swing out wide like that. And now Sapphire Eagles have just been able to win these fights slowly and build up these ultimates. It's putting themselves in that much better of a position. I mean, still they have to drain just under 3 minutes, so they're still gonna have to be methodical and make sure they use these ults accordingly.
Now coming in, Hairball finding an ice opening pick after the Nano Boost was invested. The Dragon Blade finds 3, slicing and then dicing their way to a chance for victory. It's Toxic Rivals. Luminous finds out Hairball, and there comes the spray. Toxic Rivals knows what they did, and they're happy about it there.
Still, Boeing Sun has his Blizzard online, has not been able to use it, but they could get caught aggressively early with Luminous, who has this Mines online that they can just throw in. So they got to be careful about where they rotate. They got to make sure they're in a more open area so it's easier to avoid.
Yeah, Hairball's the only one really getting caught out by this minefield right now. But you know, mines are kind of now just gone. Not really any worry for Guardians at the moment, but now with the Blizzard coming in, did anyone get caught? Oh no, Boeing. Come on. Very low, gonna try to stay alive. Expert is gonna go down. They are gonna be able to get the trade. Bellasprout is caught out, but it's not gonna be enough. There's just too much damage coming out from Sapphire Eagles, and there's only 1:20 left to go on this attack.
Yeah, I mean, they're just looking so good now that they're in this. Now that they're in this position, they're in a. Sorry, my brain is going all over the place right now. Guardians have a lot of ultimates to work with to re-engage, so this should be their opportunity. But 1 minute left on the clock. They're gonna have to be decisive here.
As now they come in, Deadeye comes through, and goodness, Kizzo, yeah, again, just putting the team on their back when they needed it. Finding 3, now make it 4. Can they get the 5? No. Expert says no. You do not get your, you don't get the ace. Nope.
30 seconds remaining.
No, they do not, as this should pretty much wrap up the point. And again, that's exactly what Guardians needed. They were just losing all the momentum, and now it's swung back into here, but they got to win one more.
Yes, now the hacked up ball is there. Another hack coming on to Toxic Rivals. Trades keep coming through. They need a pick. Oh, and they did not get the nano boost on to Toxic Rivals there. Orbital Ray coming out onto the point. Trades keep coming through. Toxic Rivals finding Kizzo. It's just Hairball really left on the point. There's the supports coming back. The Dragon Blade out from Toxic Rivals, trying to finish them off. Slaying Beast is now down. Hairball is still just trying to stay for time, trying to get people back to the point. The Hairball is no longer there. It's just Boeing Sun left on the point. Overtime ticks away, and Sapphire Eagles stops them at the doors of point number 3.
Wow, huge. I thought the Guardians were going to be able to get that across, but Illuminous being able to get that touch last second, because Guardians pretty much emptied out the chamber to be able to get things going. They didn't have anything to re-engage with. So, I mean, this is it. I mean, it's all going to come down to this final push from the Sapphire Eagles. Can they get it all the way to the second point, or will Guardians stifle them? The one thing about Route 66 is it can be very well known for first point holds, so that is still on the table here.
It is indeed. It is indeed here, Ray. They did get it pretty far, to be fair. So there is still an opportunity to go forward. But we'll see. I mean, obviously, there is still a chance. There is always a chance for Guardians to get the fuller hold here, Ray. And right now, they're trying to make a difference. Hairball is on to the Diva here.
I think that's going to be smart. Diva definitely can apply a lot of pressure to Wrecking Ball. I mean, the micro missiles are just absolutely insane. And Boeing Sun going over to the Sombra is definitely going to help that too. So they're throwing in a lot of things that can help deal with the Wrecking Ball. The question is it going to be enough?
I don't know. They've been kind of lost dealing with this Wrecking Ball, Ray. They haven't really seemed to have an answer to it. Now is when they need to get those answers right, or they fail the test of getting to that mid-season tournament. But right now, it's just anyone's fight at the moment. But Hairball getting demeched is not the way you want to start this off. It could still be changed, but with Kizzo being forced back so very low, getting sped away by that speed, that hyper ring, stay alive for the moment for another re-engage.
This Wrecking Ball composition is just absolutely devastating. Guardians have just been reeling. They have not been able to find a way to properly stop this coordinated dive between Illuminous, Toxic Rivals, and Fez. It's been very impressive from the Eagles to come up with this composition on the fly and have it working so well.
It really is. It really is. Kizzo, though, finding a pick onto FaZe Shark, but the trades just come back immediately into the favor of Sapphire Eagles, and now Expert's gone down, and this should be the point going to Sapphire Eagles fairly quickly. 5 minutes to go, Ray, for 85.7 meters.
Yeah, this is all looking that much more worse for the Guardians. They don't have a lot to work with. Kizzo's now going to go over to the Cassidy. No ult so far. Sapphire Eagles have been they haven't used much at all. They can engage here. They have like almost a full war chest Joker. The Guardians have to hope they can outlast these ults and still find a way to win and drain all this time on the clock.
As now they come into this, right? They've got the opportunity to seal the deal if they can find these last couple of picks halfway there, but Kizzo trying to say no, stopping Fez down. Now they might buy themselves some time, right? But all Sapphire Eagles really need to do, Ray, is build up these ultimates, and they can just dump them all in one single fight.
4 minutes left on the clock. Guardians do have a decent amount to try and combat with. No pulse bomb available for the Sapphire Eagles. The question is, what can Toxic Rivals do with this blade? This could be nothing. Kizzo gets them dead.
Yeah, Kizzo finding Toxic Rivals, a huge pick yet again. Now with the minefields coming out, Kizzo falling down. That's not good, not ideal at all, with Slaying Beast following quickly afterwards. Self-destruct isn't going to be able to find anything either. Bowingson has to get out after going so very low. This might just be the beginning of the end, especially with the D-Mech coming on to Hairball. Kizzo's back from spawn, though. They found Fez out, but they need to be able to find more. They've got the Deadeye available. Orbital Ray coming online as well. They might have held yet again, but for how much longer can they do it here, Ray?
Yeah, they still have 3 minutes to hold. There's a Dragon Blade online. A Pulse Bomb's going to be coming back. But Boeing Sun has the EMP. This can win you a fight on its own, and they have to be able to do that if you're Guardians.
Now, here it comes. There's the EMP. It's a 4-man. It's a huge play. That's Toxic Rivals Dragon Blade is going to find nothing. Hairball comes back on the Winston, cleaving so much damage, finding 3. Now it's down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Again, they're just going to have to keep grinding this away if they want a shot in hell to win this series. Oh, no.
As Bowington's already down, that's not good.
Not at all, but they don't have EMP, so you'll take it. They'll be able to get back quicker. But now with minefields coming in, Pulse Bomb stuck onto Hairball. They're going to have to try to stay alive, getting the healing in, but Expert now falling down. This is all but over here, Ray. 4 kills coming in. It's just Boeing Sun on the Tracer left. And, well, they just have to deal with that one last player, and there they do. Sapphire Eagles take the series 3-2.
Incredible comeback from the Eagles, pulling out this Wrecking Ball composition that you don't see that hero a lot, but it came through in a big way, especially with this map pool. And it was not, I mean, we saw time and time again when it was a full brawl versus brawl that the Guardians tended to come out on top, but this map pool favored Sapphire Eagles for being able to play this Wrecking Ball, and they're able to ride that to victory, and it was very well played from the Eagles. They looked impressive. Fez is someone I'm looking at, same with Illuminous. That Fez was so good on so many different heroes when it came to the Cassidy, the Sombra, and then Illuminous was just an incredible Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, really good stuff all around. Sapphire Eagles able to take the series. We're going to have this short little break. We're going to have an interview in from Sapphire Eagles right after this, so stick around.
Because nothing can compete with it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We've got our interview. We've got FaZe Shark from Sapphire Eagles. How are you doing today, good sir?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy. We had such a great game. It was such a fun experience, and I'm absolutely jumping with joy over here because we got to win.
Yeah, it was fantastic stuff. I'm going to first talk about the Wrecking Ball composition because we were kind of taken aback from it because, I mean, Wrecking Ball not normally seen a lot, especially in the higher elos, right? Whose brainchild was that? And then speak on that.
I don't. It's not really much of a brainchild. It's just a Luminous, our tank. He just enjoys playing ball to an egregious extent, and he does so well on it that we just why not? Why not? If it doesn't work, he knows when to switch. But tonight, definitely, it was just absolutely disrupting whatever comps they were throwing at us, and we were gonna run with it once we figured that out.
Yeah, so when you guys were down coming off of, I believe the third map was Throne of Anubis, and I mean, the Wrecking Ball, I mean, it saw a little bit of success in there, but it wasn't being able to ran the entire time. Did you think, you know, okay, we're going to Esperanza and we're going to Route 66. These maps favor this. We should still be able to play it?
We saw the effect ball had, and we decided that we were trying to play, you know, Juno Brig or something. We were trying to play Brawl somewhat with the same tempo, and we realized we weren't being like as cohesive as we needed to be while doing it. We were getting Maywalled, and so we just decided that the ball, if we went full dive, it didn't matter the map. We could just go directly in and just throw our egos to the wind and really just try to just do whatever we could. Because once you go full dive in that way, I don't think there's much in the ways of having to position or anything. It's everyone doing their best to just get one person at a time.
No, definitely. I mean, that's why Wrecking Ball is chaos, right?
Yep.
And then what made the determining factor whether you guys were going to play Sombra with it or you guys are going to play Genji with it?
Up to how the DPS felt about it. That's pretty much it. It's kind of everyone plays their character when they kind of choose to. There's just a general consensus of the idea we're going for on comp.
I want to talk about Fez because before we saw the swap to the Wrecking Ball, I feel like Fez was kind of doing a lot of hard lifting sometimes. Obviously, but what is it like to play with a player like Fez who can have those huge pop-out moments for your squad?
It's a fantastic experience because whenever he's able to do something like that, everyone gets to have the fun of being able to bridge off of that and get even better plays, and everyone kind of just gets their space. And it's also a great time to play with him as well because he's kind of a very positive person and he's very receptive. He's not, you know, with a man who can pop off like that, you could sometimes assume he's got an ego to him, but nah, he's a very humble gentleman, and it's a great experience. And it's even better when he gets like 3 kills and you didn't even look at their team.
Incredible. Having a positive, good Overwatch player.
It's impressive.
It's like finding a blue lobster. The one in the middle.
Diamond in the rough. Absolutely insane. Before we wrap up this interview, do you have any, you know, shout outs, anyone you want to talk about? I mean, the floor is yours, red carpet's pulled out. Go ahead and walk on it.
I mean, I'd just like to shout out my entire team. At every single point tonight, someone did a play that caused us to win a fight or win the game, and I think that was fantastic. There was no slack on this team tonight. Everyone did their job, and I was so happy to have that. And then because someone asked me for it, a guy named Master Attack very much wants a shout out, so there it is. That's about it. And then actually no, everyone from the UNT Overwatch club or in general, just everyone there's great. It's happy to be part of that.
All right, thank you for your time. Go celebrate with your teammates. You can actually celebrate together because you're all on campus together, right? I mean, so that is fun stuff. And enjoy the mid-season tournament coming up next week. But that's going to be that for our interview with FaZe Shark. Yeah, and like I said, coming up this next week here, Ray, mid-season tournament. And like we were saying all night, this match had major implications, and Sapphire Eagles were able to stay in said mid-season tournament.
Yeah, they played absolutely incredible. And before we wrap up for tonight, keep in mind tomorrow we have SNO for both EU and NA. Make sure to tune into that. We got some pretty good games coming in. We got the games that have some implications. Some of them are just the best of the best going up against each other, and another has implications. So make sure to tune in. They're going to be great matches.
How can they be great matches with no Joker Ransom on the desk, Ray? I don't know.
We have a very talented list of people. You're one of them, but we have plenty of other talented people.
Yeah, it should be fantastic tomorrow. I will be celebrating in the Boogie Down Broadstone for the Yankees start of the postseason. So I'm going to be having fun doing that tomorrow. But that's going to be really about it for us tonight. Thank you all for watching. Huge shout out to our production in Echo, Orange, and June joining there late. And then it's been me, Joker, and to Try Hard Ray. And wherever you are in the world, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day.